Let's ask a brave man. Steve Gray served for many, many years in the FBI, and he's with us today on the Gorka Reality Check. Welcome, Steve.
Dr. Gorka, thank you for having me on the show.
Will you just tell our viewers very briefly the kinds of things you did? How long were you in the Bureau? What kind of cases? What kind of divisions did you work in?
Absolutely. So I worked in counterintelligence for almost better part of 7 years. I was a supervisor of the Chinese counterintelligence squad in New York City. I was also the supervisor of the operations command in New York City, one of the last things I did. I also worked counterterrorism in the covert surveillance team, and I also worked bank fraud.
All right, so you've done the criminal, the CT, the CI, you've done the panoply of FBI missions. I'm just going to ask you up front, Steve, should I trust the FBI today? I'm a well-known conservative. I worked for President Trump in the White House. Can I trust the FBI?
No, you can't. Not today's FBI. It's gotten that corrupt. And it's one of the reasons why I left back in January, because we had basically become the private law enforcement arm of the Joe Biden administration. And I had been claiming that on the news since January, trying to get the word out that the FBI has completely changed. It's not the same FBI that I joined.
And after you left the FBI and you spoke openly about corruption inside the Bureau, what did you receive at your home, Steve? Please tell our viewers what you received and what the significance of that envelope was.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had started getting harassed right away by the FBI. They don't want me to speak. They don't want anybody to speak against the family. That's just the way it is there. So one of the warnings I got was they sent to me in the mail a package of mourning bands, is what you slip over your badge when an FBI agent dies in the line of duty, and that's a pretty strong message.
So it's the black ribbon that you put on a police badge in respect of an officer who's been killed in the line of duty. You received an envelope full of those? What is the only way to interpret that, Steve? Well, how did you interpret that?
The interpretation was keep your mouth shut or you're going to be harmed.
What is your message today? Look, for you, it's much more personal. You served inside the Bureau. I worked with thousands of special agents, IAs, SOS support staff. But what is your message to those inside the Bureau right now who think they can just do their job and they can, avoid being smeared by what's happening at Mar-a-Lago or what's happening at Reagan Airport to people like Peter Navarro? What's your message to them? Because I want to see the whistleblowers. Where are the whistleblowers, Steve?
Yeah. We need agents. We need strong agents. What's left of our strong agents to stand up and to speak out against what's been going on in the FBI. What a lot of people don't understand is that there's been a change in the FBI, and it's been occurring for some time. The FBI had trouble getting significantly good recruits to come in and be agents. We got those recruits from the military. We got them from prior law enforcement. But when we started having trouble getting those recruits, the FBI started lowering the standards for agents to come in, and we started to start seeing more liberal, woke, leftist FBI agents coming into the FBI. The other thing is a lot of people don't understand is we had a lot of strong support employees in the FBI. And as part of this left-wing shift of the FBI, in order to get rid of those individuals who would definitely speak up, these support employees, they gave them hefty buyouts. Get rid of the old, bring in the people that you want, that you can control, then you know that aren't going to talk back or fight back, and then you have your leftist FBI.
Well, I want to thank you for really being a voice in the wilderness. Where are the other brave former FBI special agents like yourself? God bless you, Steve Gray, a man who has been threatened by his former colleagues.